So we're here with Bruno Major, and we've just had a sticky session, track Old Fashioned. Bruno.
Oh, mate, how you doing?
He finds this incredibly funny, which I love. Because we know each other, this will be quite, I imagine,
yeah.
interesting.
I'm gonna, for the sake of the interview, pretend that we've never met.
Okay, all right, cool. Sounded brilliant, man.
Thank
really
you very
good.
much, man.
Really good.
Thank
So
you.
tell me about the track. What's it about? What's the track about?
Old Fashioned is really a celebration of chivalry. You know, old-fashioned chivalry, where you open doors for a girl and lay down your coat in a puddle so their feet didn't get wet, which I really like, all of that kind of stuff. And I suppose I am also a little bit old-fashioned as well.
In terms of your guitar playing and stuff like that, I mean, that's something you seem quite, you take it into different sort of places, I've noticed. How did you sort of pick that up? Was that something you just sat in your room and did, or what?
Do you mean the guitar generally, or
yeah, like the way you play? Like, you know, you don't play necessarily, you don't really strum it. You tend to sort of find your own path on it.
I'm a jazz musician, really.
Right,
That's where I kind of came from. I listened to a lot of Bill Evans and Miles Davis and Cannonball Adderley and a guy called Joe Pass. Actually, I got obsessed with him. And I suppose the whole thing about jazz is it's improvised. So I was playing jazz a long time before I was writing songs. And so when it came to writing, I guess that element of it just kind of naturally came through.
Yeah, it definitely comes across, and I think that sort of definitely separates you from a lot of other artists as well, the way that you sort of perform it and play it and
Thanks,
stuff.
Man.
No, it definitely has its own sort of, and that jazz, you can definitely hear that jazzy sort of influence. But, you know, so your influence, you would say, you know, your influences are pretty, like, up front for you, I guess.
Massively so. And I mean, when I was learning how to play jazz, like the way that kind of bebop works is they have these, like the American Songbook or the Real Book, and it's a collection of all these amazing songs written by Jerome Kern and Cole Porter and Rodgers and Hammerstein, and it's all sort of 32 bar AABA, really classic chords and melody, and that's kind of how I approach songwriting. Is I came from it from that perspective, and I guess learning how to play jazz, that was kind of my tuition in songwriting in a sense, because I internalized all those songs like Autumn Leaves, Stella by Starlight, all the things you are, like I Got Rhythm, like Gershwin, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of where I'm coming from.
You're definitely a music lover. I think that's like something you like. Yeah, but
I really like it, Jake.
No. But it's important. I think, you know, it comes across in your music, and I think that's like, you know, you can definitely hear that transition, but you're putting your own slants on it. How, with the whole sort of lyrical side of stuff, how do you approach that one? I mean, do you have a notepad, or do you?
Yeah, I have a notepad. I mean, I wrote poetry a long time before I was writing songs. I don't know what was stopping me really, but and that's still how most of my lyrics start out. I would just, somebody will say something. Like today, there was a thing on Twitter, like Vice magazine said, what was it? Oh yeah, I got a job as a tattoo artist. There's money to be made from regret. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. So I just wrote that phrase down in my notepad, and at some point down the line, I'll probably steal it, sorry Vice, and make it into a song. That's just like, and then you've like that kind of thing, that idea will spiral in my head, and then I'll start thinking about other ways that, you know, what else could I make money from? Is it a song about the depression? I don't know.
Well, it's those influences, isn't it? You're always surrounded. We were talking earlier about, you know, the sound of the trees and being here and the wind and all that sort of stuff. But it's like, you know, it is those things you draw from.
Absolutely, man.
But but listen, thank you so much. It sounded awesome. So,
thank you, mate.
And I appreciate you coming down.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, bro.
I just realised you've got a diamond snake on your hand.
I know I do. Yeah. Do you like it?
I like it a lot. Yeah.
Cool. You can't have it. It's mine. Okay. You can borrow it. Anyway, thank you. Cheers. Bruno Major. Sticky.